It was one of those things because we had to get special exemption because we were in Iran. Yeah.
Was it that would have been the war? Was it the war times over there then? Would have been around that.
I think it was 08. So
but tensions and
it was
been very tight.
It wasn't the most enjoyable trip.
Yeah, nerve-wracking and
yeah, it was different. It was different. Dubai was amazing. We spent 5 days in Little India in Dubai with all the little workers and drinking in the tea houses, and that was different. That was cool. And then we went to Kish Island. Got there and they wanted to take our passports at the airport, and from there it just kind of went downhill.
Shit.
So they tried to take our passports, and then we called Amir. Amir sorted it all out. Went to the hotel. We did our way in, and then we got asked not to go to that hotel again, so then we had to go to a different hotel.
Oh, right. Just because you are out of the country, Australian, or
because in the way in there's a lot of skin showing and it's disrespectful, which is understandable.
Okay.
But because it was in the foyer.
Oh.
Yeah. So everything was like just different. I just weren't prepared for it.
Yeah, got to be different. Yeah.
So we went through, weighed in. I was supposed to be in B division on this one because I'd only had 7 fights by this stage. They put me in A division.
Oh.
So A division's like essentially against pro fighters. And a lot of these guys that compete, this is their job. So if you go to the guys like Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Belarus, they get like a wage to do this, and they just go from tournament to tournament to tournament.
There's a way, so they don't get paid per fight.
That's what they do. They get paid if they win.
Yeah.
Like if they win a belt.
Yeah.
Like a gold medal or whatnot. Mm-hmm. But then they just that's their job essentially.
Wow.
So I got put in against these guys, and we were in the hotel, and it was crazy. We had no internet, we had no phone reception. We'd go down to get some food. We weren't allowed down there, obviously, at times because of specific things and religious factors. Blah, blah, blah. All of that sort of stuff, which is all cool.
Yeah.
It's just not the best mindset. So
because everything gets shuffled around what you used to.
And then we weighed in, came back, and now it's fight day. So this is all happening over the first few days, just getting settled. Went to walk to the local servo to get some food, fight prep stuff, just some carbs and stuff like that. Went to pay for it, and they said there's not enough money. What? And I was like, but you're matching the numbers. You're using dirham over there.
Yeah.
And then they end up crossing out a zero on the note. It was 10,000 dirham, and they're like, no, this is only 1,000. And it was just it's a whole nother world.
So they took you for a ride?
Yeah, pretty much. So we ended up getting our stuff anyway, walking back, and then the police came because it was like 2 non-Iranian people.
Yeah.
And pulled guns on us and yelled at us and told us...
Get back inside.
Yeah, so we had to...
Holy shit.
We were trying to walk to the hotel. They made us get in a taxi. And then, so the taxi was taking us, and halfway through kicked us out to pick up some locals. So then we got kicked out, and then we had to walk, and we're terrified on the streets walking.
So that would have screwed with you going to the fight.
Yeah. And then we got there. And then it was all good. You know, watching these, and this is my first experience on the world circuit, and it's a whole nother level. Everyone goes hard because this is the game. So it was like,
wow, a step up from
even because it's just a local thing, and although it was an international fight, this is an international tournament with some of the best fighters in the world. They're just fighting in this. It's like a world amateur style, but it's called Sea Games. So this one is same thing. So you actually wear head guards, elbow pads, shin pads on this one because you can fight once a day for 5 days. So it's like a round robin style. So you have your pool, you get your tag. Okay, sweet. Your first fight's against them. Winner, then fight. Winners fight every day until the gold medal.
What? After every day?
Yeah. So each day. So sometimes it'll be like, okay, day 1 you fight.
Yeah.
Then they do it, okay, so you have to weigh in again, so then you fight, and then you have to weigh in again, you fight if you win, until you're into the medal sort of polling.
So you're weighing in every time?
Weighing in.
Did you have to, so were you kind of cutting weight? How much were you cutting weight then?
This one I didn't cut weight.
Okay, so because that would have been, the fluctuation would have been nuts.
Yeah.
You have to fight it continuously
Yeah. So you have to. It's a healthy balance. I was lucky enough. I didn't have to with this one.
But did you know people there that were doing that?
Yeah.
Fluctuations?
Yeah.
Whoa.
You just watch them running.
And then they had to fight.
And they have to fight, and then they have to recover. So it's all about like the battle of attrition.
That's almost a little bit like wrestling. They have to do that over in the States. They're collegiate wrestling. They do a little bit, especially if they've got their fights and they go into the final fight. So the next day they have to, they got weigh-in in the morning and they got fights later in the day, and then they go weigh-in again the next day. But they've got to make sure they don't eat too much during the fights on that day.
Yeah.
That they can make sure they hit the weight again the next morning.
Yeah. That's the hardest part, finding that balance of you need to refeed, you need to refuel, but you don't want to go too hard because then if you do win, you have to cut again. But that weight cutting part, hopefully that changes soon. So we did that. I ended up getting Kazakhstan. I learned real quick that Kazakhstan, because this is the days of Borat and stuff, I think, around about now, they are actually no joke.
Yeah,
They're
pretty
some of
hardcore.
the scariest guys I've ever seen fight.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Or just
good.
they're born and bred in hard places, makes
Just
them harder.
tough. Like
Yeah.
all of those, not so much but all of like the war-torn style places. And then the
There's no other that to fight.
they're just tough. Their resilience. I used to think I was resilient. They just do not care. They will just hurt you, and I got
different.
smashed.
Wow.
Yeah, it was not a fun time. I won the first round, and then the second round he turned it up, and it was not fun. I ended up getting kneed, and then he elbowed me on the top of the head, and that was it. And I couldn't feel my legs, and I was like, I'm in trouble here. Turns out it was okay. Yeah. But I was talking to him afterwards, and he'd had like 95 fights, and it was a stitch
That's
up.
a lot of fights.
It was good.
So you're winning the first round, and then he comes out and like knocks you around
Just
silly.
turned it up, yeah.
Yeah, and you used to stand there going, "What the hell just happened?" Like,
yeah,
it was probably not enough time to even think about that.
No,
just after that, you go.
It was
what?
like sometimes in fights it changes and that you've always got the puncher's chance, and this was it. As soon as one shot landed, the whole thing turned.
Yeah, okay.
So you got